Hey everybody, welcome. It is another week, and it's another week strategy that we wanted to talk about. We are currently sitting outside at night because we put the littles down, and it can be actually quiet. And there's actually a thunderstorm going on that passed us, but you might see some lightning in the background. That might be fun.
How southern.
How southern of us. Yeah, we had youth group tonight with an insane torrential downpour thunderstorm, which was obviously, it was of course like when the kids were being dismissed, so that was an adventure.
It was fun.
So anyways, we want to share with you guys this week about the word yes. So let me start by saying we don't think we're perfect parents. I think we've said that numerous times. Hopefully you guys know that about us.
We are not perfect.
But we're always trying to learn and grow as fathers and mothers. And one of those ways that we felt challenged recently was how often we feel like we're saying no to our kids. Mm-hmm. Why do you think? And we talked about it. Why do you think that is? Why do you think we're doing that, or that's kind of come to mind?
I think there's a lot of different reasons. One would be somewhat control. I think the other part of that is that we have a way things are. We have routines, and a lot of the questions come out of doing things that are not normal to our routine, and those are automatically like no for me,
Sure. Yep. And I think part of that is like not trusting that we've instilled what's of real value to our kids.
Sure. I think for me specifically, it's kind of selfish too, because,
Sure.
and it really comes down to, like, for me specifically, is bedtime. Like, it's summertime, and I know they want to stay up later, especially the other kids who go to bed pretty early. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I'm ready for kids to go to bed.
Right. So anyways, we feel like we want our kids to know we're for them and we trust them. And so we are going to do this challenge for ourselves. And this isn't a forever thing, but we're going to try it for a week, where this coming week, we are only going to say yes to our kids, which is insane. And I don't think anyone should do that forever. And we're not even going to tell them necessarily that we're doing that.
Sure.
We're just going to challenge ourselves that when we're asked something to say yes. And sometimes that's just convenience things. It's like, hey, can we go outside and play this? It's like, well, I need to go out there with you, so I'm going to say no because I'm doing this. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's like and seeing if there's kids that catch on to it. And what that looks like. I think there's ways of us saying yes and still,
Sure.
Still setting boundaries and still giving direction without us having to say no. Mm-hmm. Things like bedtimes or whatever. So I'm looking forward to it. Next week we will have a part 2 to this, where we share with you guys what we learned from it, what were the successes, what were the failures. Maybe get some insights from the kids themselves and what that was like for them, if they noticed a difference at all. But I'm looking forward to it in this kind of horrified way.
That's funny.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, to be real honest. But I do like the scientific side of that, of like experimenting and seeing what that will be like.
Sure.
But I'm willing to sacrifice.
Sure.
And I think it'll be interesting.
I think it'll be interesting for us to recognize maybe just how often we say no.
Sure.
And I know you say no a lot.
I have to say no.
Right. Because you're with them all day, and
Sure.
they're going to have crazy requests.
Great.
I'm just curious what they are,
Yeah.
Because it's something that I think no is easy. No is, it's control.
I
it's
mean, no is easy, but also practical, because sometimes it's like, a lot of times it's messy things, which, like nail polish or
Sure.
painting or stuff. I'm like,
But really, I wonder what our days will be like. Will they really be any worse if we do more messy things than we did before, And maybe it's just that one messy thing, and then they'll get it out of their system. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm curious to know what you guys think. What you think about us doing this. I think that's part of parenting, is sometimes not knowing and saying, okay, this is what I'd love to see happen. I'd love for our kids to know that we're for them and not just about our own convenience and self. And sometimes it's like, let's try to do something different. Let's try to do something that can attain that. So, one, do you guys think we're going to be able to do it? Because there may be some requests that cross the line. I don't know, and maybe not at all. And if so, where do you think we'll struggle the most? And then for yourself, I'm curious if there's anyone out there brave enough to say, hey, I'll try this.
sure.
Maybe not at the exact same time as us, maybe, I don't know. But I'd love to know how it turned out for you, what you learned from it, what went well, what did not. Yeah, so what went well, what didn't for you. And then let us know. We'd love to hear if there's people crazy enough to do.
We would love to hear your guys' stories for sure.
Yeah.
Because we want to relate.
Right. And know what that's like in the context of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 kids, because it may be very different. So we've got 1 kid at camp, so that'll make that a little easier.
We'll see what that looks like.
Tune in. We will share all of the details about what it was like. May have some thoughts even from some of the kids on if they noticed, and if so, what that was like. And so make sure to like this if you can. Subscribe though. Hit the bell notification so it tells you when we post part 2 to this, because that'll probably be even more interesting than this one. So yeah, we'll try to take down our thoughts and share them with you. And until then, you guys have a great week, and thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you soon. Bye.